Hey guys, it's Ryan with Appleton Lawn, Snow and Landscaping, and we just finished up the lawn here behind me. Guys are blowing everything off and getting it all set up, and what we're going to do is we're going to set up the timers here and the hoses, because the next most important thing besides installing the lawn correctly is making sure everything gets watered correctly. So what we're going to do is show you how easy it is to set up some sprinklers and timers, so it is almost a set it and forget it type thing. You do have to keep in mind that the sprinklers are not going to get every inch of your lawn, and you may have to modify periodically how much water it's getting if it's not getting enough, or if you get a torrential downpour, you're going to want to taper off the watering after that. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up, this particular lawn is going to need give or take about 4 sprinklers, so we're going to set those up all on timers. And these are pretty easy to do. So all you're going to do with these are Nelson timers. Water goes in here, and you get 2, you can hook up 2 hoses or sprinklers here. So right now it's an off. All you're going to do is flip it to clock set, and then you're going to set it to the appropriate time. So right now it is 4:11 p.m. Gonna have to scroll through here, but I'll get over to 4:11. And both timers will be set up obviously the same way. Alright, so we got 4:11, and then the start time, we want to water it for give or take about half an hour a day in each spot. Again, it all depends on water pressure. Depending on how much water pressure you have is going to kind of vary depending on and how long the hose run is going to depend on how long you want to run the sprinklers for. If you have really good water pressure, you may not need to run it as long, but again, we'll shoot for a give or take about half an hour in each spot every day. So what we're going to do to set these up is go to the start time. I'm going to start it at 5 a.m. and then the run time, I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to run it for 30 minutes, and then this is for the, right now it says left up there, so that is for the left one. And now we're going to flip it over to the right, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to flip it over, going to run it over to the 30 minutes, and then we'll be able to get that all set up for you. And then how often, you're going to want to run once a day. So every day is once a day. That's right. Same thing for left. And now that we're on left, same thing. You want to run that once a day. And then just going to flip that over to run. And then the timers are all set up. All right, now on this particular lawn, like I said, there's going to be about 4 sprinklers, and then he'll have to hand water the side because it's a very long, skinny strip. So back here, we're going to have 1 over here, 1 somewhere over here, 1 in the side yard over here, and then 1 in the front yard. So since he only has 1 hose bib on the house, what we're going to do is we're going to set up a manifold. So I'm going to unscrew this, and we're going to put on a manifold. So this is a manifold. This is going to allow us to have multiple hoses hooked up to 1 hose bib. And then we'll be able to also, in this circumstance, since each of the timers has 2 spots for a hose, we'll actually have an additional 2 spots, so he can hook up another hose here to hand water if he wants. Now, typically the manifolds are going to have shutoffs for each line. So each of these has on and off, so we're able to turn them on and off independently. So what we're going to do is have this one hooked up to a timer, and then this will be on, and then this one will be hooked up to a timer, and then this one will be on. So I'm going to hook those up real quick here, or hook one of them up just to kind of show you how that works. So all we're going to do right here is hook this up here. So that's hooked up there. Then the other one is going to go right here. And then all we do is hook each hose up to one of the connections. And then all we're gonna do is turn this on, and then we're gonna flip this on, and then it's all set. Then all you gotta do is flip this over to run, and then every time the right one hits 5:31 a.m. and then the left one hits 5 a.m., these will kick on. So this will kick on here, and this will kick on, and then the timer here, this one will kick on, and then this one will kick on. So that way everything will be running separately at a different time. Otherwise, what happens is there's not enough water pressure to run all the sprinklers at the same time, and it doesn't cover the area that you'd want. So I'll run through everything real quick once it's all done, but that's pretty much the basic setup. It's very easy to do. Biggest thing is you just want to make sure the lawn never really dries out, just stays damp all the time, and your lawn will come in very, very nicely. All right, we got the sprinkler set up. Each of the sprinklers is going to operate pretty similar to each other. Depending on the sprinkler, it will operate a little bit differently, but they're mostly very, very similar. So they're going to have settings on each sprinkler, so you can adjust how far that's going to spin. So that's what this is here. And then the other side, it's got the same thing right here, and that's going to adjust how far the sprinkler goes one way before it kicks back and then flips the other way. So it's going to just flip back and forth, hitting those two stops. Now, if you're in an area that like we have it set up where we want the full 360-degree spin, we're going to stop it from doing that. So underneath this little, you can see that or not, right here, this is what hits the stops, stopping it from going back and forth. So, or all the way around, I should say. So this, we can flip this up out of the way. Now it will spin all the way around, and now we're going to get 360-degree coverage. So you don't always want that, but in this particular situation, we want the full distance and want it to go as much coverage as we can across the backyards and the side yards. So we are going to flip those up on all of them, and then we're going to turn them on. So that is pretty much it. We're going to test the system out. We're going to turn everything on and make sure that it waters correctly, and then our job is done here. So again, remember, watering is pretty much the most important thing you can do. Just like a human being, you know, we can live without food for, I don't know, 7 days or something like that, but only a couple days without water. So make sure your lawn gets lots and lots of water. If you start seeing red dust on your lawn, it's called lawn rust. It's a type of fungus. Then you're watering too much. But for the most part, you'd have to water quite a bit to get that, or if it was raining a lot and you're watering, you might get that. So just make sure everyone is watering your lawn as much as possible. Get a nice sprinkler setup going. It makes it much, much easier than running around your lawn moving sprinklers, you know, every 15 minutes throughout the day. So getting it all set up, so you have a nice little automated setup here. Looks really, really nice. Works awesome, and you are good to go. Thanks, have a great day, and give us a call if anyone would like an estimate for lawn installs or anything else. Again, I'm Ryan with Appleton Lawn, Snow, and Landscaping.